Once again, something that we peeped a long time ago. I remember there was a point in my life where, something, this was actually when, I first started to have anxiety. They was sending me into panic attack mode. They were triggering me to have panic attacks. And, there was a point in my life to where I made something up called distraction controlled breathing. And that was one of the things that was helping me fight against anxiety and being driven into these panic attacks, these triggered panic attacks, and always going to the hospital, always feeling anxious. Distraction controlled breathing is something I made up, and that's whenever this is happening, I try to take my mind off of what I'm going through. I try to take my mind off anxiety. I try to take my mind off of taking my last breath, and I try to think of something else, and it always works. It always works. But it was around those times in my life where, it's like I started to. Also, I had near-death experiences. This also played a very big role in what I'm about to tell you. I started to lose interest in living. I didn't want to live anymore. And the whole world felt it. Not just me, but all the rest of the chosen ones. It's just like Jesus. Whatever, if it's Jesus, it's the world. Jesus is planet Earth. Jesus Christ is planet Earth. He is the globe. So him and his people, if it's them and you're with him, it's also you. You guys understand? So we all was having this feeling of being tired, not being interested in work anymore like we once was. You guys know what I mean? So this is the reason why when we see that there's people that still denying the second coming of Christ, still denying that this is going to end soon, still denying that something is coming, still denying that someone is here, it's crazy. I started telling myself that these people are actively fighting with the truth. They're saying that they don't believe and they're denying the truth when they know that's 100% true. It's just that simple. So, we shouldn't really have any time for them, really. The amount of stuff that we have to do, knowing that this is the time that we have so much to do, bro. We have so much to get on. You guys know what I mean? So much repentance. So much things to do to get in the right position. But now is the time. Now is literally the time. You hear them telling you about fallen angels, aliens. This is the time, the test, the spiritual test. You guys know what I mean? You don't want to fail. You don't want to fail, man. Lust, greed, just being a bad person, just doing evil. It's so much different sin. It's so much different evil out there. You guys know what I mean? With all the disease, sometimes I know you probably ask yourself as a chosen one, with all the disease out there, right? With all the things out here that already make this life, what it is, where do we find time to do the, snake-like things to each other? Where do we find time to, get to each other? Like, where do we find the time? It just goes to show you why what is coming is coming. Like, to be honest, I think it's the best thing that can happen. This is the reason why there's so much people that's rooting for the aliens. They know that the aliens is soon to come and reset this